Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on G-JGAMES YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to explain why I'm not going to buy a PS5 in the future, or why you should not buy it, or what else. You know, it's all about my opinion. If things that I'm saying in this video don't occur to you, make sure to be nice in the comments, or just basically don't comment at all, because I'm not really searching for comments with all kind of shit saying that I suck and stuff like that, because yeah, that happens lots of times. Just because it didn't occur to you doesn't mean it didn't occur to me. So I have 8 points on why I'm not willing to buy another PS5 unless this thing's getting changed. They're all in some random order. I'm not really order them on what I hate the most about it, or what I don't hate the most about it, of course. If you are curious about what I'm playing in the background, I'm playing around the World of Warships. This is the new event, or well, not really the new event, but it's the event that's going on right now. It's about Halloween, of course, and we have to transport a kind of pirate ship with all kind of candy and treats to the to the other side of the map. So to basically start off with, the first point is that I'm lots of times in a party, and out of nowhere the party stops. It's pretty annoying, and it seems to happen lots of times later at night, and then when you start another party it just works for like forever until you basically go to sleep, right? So yeah, I think that is something that is really annoying, because lots of times you're playing with the boys GTA or around a Call of Duty, especially Call of Duty or objective games, you want to talk with each other, and it really annoys when you out of nowhere the party basically stops working and just gets basically everybody in the party gets kicked out for some unknown reason, and then they say there was a problem with the party. I think this is something that should not happen, especially on a console where this is basically one of the priorities. The priority is of course gaming, and besides that is of course talking with each other, what is slightly basically into the same area. And I think that a console, what is basically especially built for gaming, should definitely not have those kind of things going on. So yeah, that is my first point. On the second point, I have that I couldn't add my PayPal for some unknown reason. I've recently made a new PayPal, or not a new PayPal. I made a PayPal, let's say it like that. And I basically wanted to buy myself PS Now, but for PS Now you had to have a PayPal or a credit card. So I thought, hey, let's make a PayPal and just put it in the payment methods and then buy the PS Now. But I couldn't, because he keeps telling me that my password is wrong or my email is wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're both correct since I tried it over 10 times. I even restarted the whole system and it didn't work out. Some people say I have to wait 48 hours, but yeah, I want to have PS Now basically because it's now weekend. And when it's Monday, I'm not really playing on the PS4. I'm mostly playing throughout the week on the PC. So yeah, I think that is pretty stupid. A lot of times you cannot add something, especially payment methods, or like Facebook. If you want to share something on Facebook, you have to basically put Facebook on your PlayStation account, synchronize it with each other. And then lots of times it says we cannot synchronize or stuff like that. Pretty annoying, especially when you want to share something with your friends on Facebook. Something I also, what also happens to me, that's point 3, is that sometimes when I'm playing a game, or I'm just in a party, not even doing anything, and I go to the store, it takes me like 10 minutes before the store loads up. I'm not really sure if this happens to me when I was playing on the Wi-Fi or on the network cable. But yeah, of course, when it goes on the Wi-Fi, it's slightly a reason why it happens. So I'm not really sure if I can blame this on the PlayStation, yes or no. So let's say for now, no, but I still want to add it in. Same thing goes for when I'm playing a game. For example, I'm now playing World of Warships in the background, and I'm playing against normal people. And I want to see their profile because I want to add them to my friend list, or I want to message them. What happens lots of times when I did that and then basically go back to the profile and then press another time on the circle to basically go back to the game, it takes me like 5 minutes before I can go back to the game. And this happens to me also when I'm on LAN. on just a network cable. It happens to me like not really often because I'm not really often messaging people anymore these days. But yeah, still it happens. And when you're playing World of Warships like this and your boat is basically on cruise control, as you see over here, it basically goes and goes and goes. Especially when you're playing a standard battle versus real people, and you're stuck basically in a loading screen. You cannot do anything, and when you're back, you're basically getting killed. And that happened to me quite a lot of times. What is of course pretty frustrating. That was point 4. On the point 5 I have that lots of times you get a error code when I'm uploading a picture to, let's say, Twitter. Today I got like the PayPal problem, so I made a picture out of it and shared it on Twitter. But in the first try it said something like a C157 or something like that error message. I'm not really remembering what the code was exactly. But it gives me the error out of nowhere. And basically when I tried it again, it didn't give me the error. But first of all, why the hell am I getting an error when the second time I'm not getting the error? I'm not really doing something that takes a lot of the processing of the PlayStation. So yeah, I'm not really sure why I got the error and what the error was. Also something what basically has to do with this point is that lots of times I'm making YouTube videos like now, but then I'm doing it live, and lots of times it say you cannot go live or something. There's error codes. Sometimes I like this video, if I want to upload it after like, what will it be, 5 minutes or something, I will upload this, and then it say you cannot upload it for some unknown reason. And then when I try it again, it says it again. And it says it again, and when you then go to my YouTube channel, it's there 3 times for no reason, but he keeps saying you cannot upload it. So that's pretty weird as well, and something that has to do with this point, I think. Things that, in my opinion, should not happen, especially when you're implementing a feature. I think you should test it. And if you did, then for some reason I still have the problem, and it's not getting fixed. Yeah. So on the next point I have that games are basically crashing out of nowhere. Lots of times I'm playing a game and you're just in a round of, let's say, Call of Duty, and out of nowhere it says the game crashes, do you want to send it into the support, and blah blah blah. You know the message when you have a PlayStation. You have definitely seen it a lot of times, because I hear basically everybody about it, that it happens sometimes. Yeah, it's pretty frustrating when you're in a game and you're on the winning side, or you're basically doing, let's say, farming simulator or so, and you haven't saved it in a while, and the game crashes out of no reason. Yeah, that's of course very frustrating, and I think that's something that should not happen, but I still can understand it, but also not, because basically lots of times when it crashes, I'm not even doing something special or so. I'm not doing anything that's like heavy for the PlayStation. Sometimes I'm just basically driving around in a car in GTA, and yeah, not really a thing of basically letting the game crash. I can understand where you're like playing around a Call of Duty and a bomb explodes and you're shooting and lots of other people are shooting on the same time. Yeah, there's of course lots of processing to do. I can understand why it happens then, but still, when you're playing Minecraft or stuff like that, it crashes out of nowhere. And yeah, I think that's something that should not happen, but it's something that happens everywhere, so yeah. Not really to blame on PlayStation. I bet like the console of a Xbox has that as well. Might be Nintendo as well. Not really sure if Nintendo has those things, because Nintendo is a pretty well made console basically. But let's go over to the next one, and that is getting banned for no good reason basically. I've been banned for 4 times basically. Today or 2 days ago or something like that, my ban was finished and I could play again. But I was basically banned for saying that somebody is losing. I mean, come on, where are you going with this society? I can understand when I'm calling you some big words, like I'm not even gonna say them because they're really violent, that you're gonna ban somebody. But when you say noob or loser or pussy, I'm getting banned for some reason. Look, I'm from the Netherlands, and when we say pussy, it's slightly as coward. And I think that when I say coward to you in real life, you're not getting me arrested or what. So I think, of course I can understand it, that you get like a warning or a kick for like an hour, but I was banned for a month. And basically the ban said you have been banned for violent language, sexual pictures, and there were like 3 other things in that message. So what did I do? But okay, I can understand when I call you a loser or something. I slightly understand that you get a kick or something for it. I can understand that. Of course, we don't want to have people that swearing to each other. But also, my first ban, I think it was, I got banned for a whole week for writing down some supermarkets. And you're going to say like, no, yeah, sure, you're not getting banned for supermarkets. Well, I was. A friend of mine had a problem with another friend, and he basically reported him, but or at least he tried to. But the guy was in a group with me and 3 other people, I believe, and I got banned together with another guy, and the guy that he tried to get banned or what else was there. And yeah, I was basically banned for writing down some supermarkets. The other guy was also banned, another friend of mine, but he did, yeah, sexual related pictures. But yeah, you know, that's what happens in a boys group. And yeah, I was banned for writing down supermarkets. Literally supermarkets. What is the point of banning me for that? I basically watched back the whole entire thing, and I could see the messages that were removed, and it were all supermarkets, because we had like a game going on that you have to keep telling some supermarkets or some vegetables and stuff like that, and where you're not can come up with something, you basically lose. It's a very silly game, but you can't. It seems it's like scary enough for the PlayStation to get you banned for it, because I was saying like Aldi, the other guy was Lidl, and the other guy Jumbo and stuff like that, you know, going on, and eventually we went over to Apple, Pear, Banana and stuff like that, and I got banned for those messages. And there were also some like very violent things. How do you call it when you have to shit and you have to fart like that? You call it a chart, something like that, and that was still there. It was literally insane. There were also some violent words in there. We're not getting banned, but when you say something about a supermarket, you're getting banned. Okay, but I don't want to waste more time on this point, because I can talk about this way too long. Then I have something that is basically going on for, I think, all the consoles. I'm not sure about Nintendo. I never heard about it by Nintendo, but that is that you have basically paid twice to go basically online. Because if I go to a normal PC or my iPhone over here, and I want to go to the internet, do I have to pay for some service to go to the internet? No, I can just go there. I already paid to my Ziggo. I already paid to my KPN. It depends on what your provider is, of course. But you have to pay for the internet, for your phone, for in your entire house, right? And we have a PlayStation. You also have to pay to play online. You have to pay to play multiplayer. I slightly can understand it, but it's like $60 a year, and like I'm not working. I mean, I'm not in the range of people that work. I'm still on school and stuff like that. I'm not really having a job. And then you have to pay $60 a year. Of course, it's not a lot, but still I think it's bullshit, because I'll also have to pay like every month $40 to have network connection in my house. And I also have to pay $60 a year, so that basically makes me $460 a year, something like that. Might be the numbers are a little bit wrong, but you know, doesn't really matter. But I think that's stupid. And then another point is that when you want to play a game and your friend doesn't have it and you want to share play it with him so he can play it or you can see it, that share play connection is always shit. It's always on the lowest of the lowest. If you have a network cable, if you're directly connected to your router, if you're standing next to the router of your PlayStation, the connection is bullshit. I'm sorry for the violent words, but yeah, the connection is always shit. Basically, these were my 8 points. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope the opinion doesn't really hurt you. It is, of course, my opinion. If you're not agreeing with it, okay, I am fine with that. Everybody has his own opinion. But let me know in the comment sections by keeping it nice, of course. And then I hope to see you all in another video. Leave a like, make sure to subscribe and share. Bye bye.